Hello, my fellow witches, sorcerers, and other magical practitioners. My name is Aiden, and happy spring. It's been a bit of time. I've been very bad about this whole being a YouTuber thing, but I'm just going to talk today about my experiences with spring, the mysteries of spring, and things changing. I'm actually back in Virginia right now. No, Savannah did not grow a forest immediately, as much as I would love for it to do that. But while I'm here, I've been thinking about spring, meditating on it. I was actually here for the equinox, but I didn't get to celebrate it. So I celebrated it yesterday by invoking Eoster and working with the local spirits, giving them honor and reverence. I guess springtime for me has changed a lot. It was the second Sabbath that I celebrated. Imbolc I kind of celebrated, but not really. My first one was Yule. But, yeah, I was just meditating on the spring, meditating on what it means to me, and I learned a lot just over these past few years about this time of year. I learned a lot more about myself. One thing I found interesting magic-wise is that yesterday when I did my invocation of Eoster and called upon the local god of the forest, I did what I would call like a miniature version of bringing in the spring, or calling the spring, where I just invoked Eoster and made a call out to the spirits of the forest and asked them to come to life, to come into being, and to welcome Eoster into their midst. And it's definitely been hotter. It's been hotter today. I've noticed more plants growing, more flowers. I like to think that that's because of me, but who knows. But overall, the mysteries of spring tend to be that of rebirth, which is pretty obvious as, winter is death, spring is rebirth. We all know this. But it's been more of a spiritual rebirth this time for me, and I've noticed that I started focusing more inwards as well as understanding what I actually want and need. As I've gone this long esoteric journey into occultism, witchcraft, and all of that, there's been a lot of people who have tried telling me what I have to do, what's best for me, versus what they like and what they think is good for me. And I finally started listening to myself, finally started listening to what I know to be true about myself, what traditions and magic is true to me. And I've been listening more to my soul, to my spirit, and understanding more what I want and what makes me happy and what spirits are amenable to me. Because I've been trying to force myself into this strict Catholic magical paradigm because that's what I started out with, and a lot of people have been trying to get me back into it. But, my astrology even backs this up. I am way more tied to the earth, to nature, to agriculture, and to the natural world around me. I found that nature is where my spirits reside, even farther beyond just quote-unquote pagan deities. It's more of the actual land itself, the spirits of the land, spirits of the earth that surround me. I'm actually working out a system right now of coven initiation that I'm going to hopefully be doing with one of my friends. But the first degree is focused entirely around the local spirits, the earth, the elements, and all of that. I think just understanding my craft to be more personalized, more, I hate this word, but intuitive, seems to be where I'm going in, direction-wise. Getting less out of the ceremonial magical sphere and more into the folk magical sphere, and even deeper than that, into just true spirit relation, rather than just, God, do my conjuration today at 8 p.m. during this sun combust Mercury or whatever. So instead I'm focusing more on the natural world. Instead of waiting indoors for an election, I'm going to go outside and meet with the spirits around me. I've also noticed that the spirits have been a lot more active, more present. They feel a lot more close, if that makes sense. The world of spirit and the world of man tends to become thinner around the Sabbats, especially, of course, around Beltane, Yule, and Samhain. But springtime is also an interesting time. It's less that the spirits are closer and more that they're returning to life, coming out of the chthonic world of winter and entering the upper worlds, the terrestrial worlds of life and rebirth. But that's generally just the mystery of spring, that of rebirth, that of life, that of new beginnings. And learning how that relates to us is going to be important to growing forward with magic and spirituality. One thing I've definitely learned is that you can't take the spirit out of spirituality. That's something I've always said and has been a continual battle for me with people, but I've just been learning more about how close and how interactive we can be with the spirits. We don't have to be so far and separate from them. We can be a lot closer to them. We can bring them into our lives in ways that we usually don't think about because of the way that modern eclectic witchcraft has become so marketed, so consumer-based. That's been something that I've been trying to get away from, is the consumerism of magic, the consumerism of occultism that has happened. But yeah, I've also been really receptive to spirits and to creative ideas of ways to work with them, ways to engage with them, to have a praxis with them. It's been very helpful. The birds are very active right now. But they've been teaching me a lot of things, and I've been learning a lot of things very quickly. This week has been very interesting. I did 2 Grimoire Verum conjurations, and I'm going to be doing another one either tonight or tomorrow night. I'm not sure yet. Depends on timing and what I can get done. I did a conjuration of Klepoth. I did a conjuration of Klepoth. It's really the one to hear beautiful music, and let me tell you, it worked. That was wild. And then there's also the conjuration of Clonic, or Clounth, as he's written in the Secrets of Solomon book. But that one was very scary. No one told me that demons were scary, guys. It was just very interesting. I have a Tumblr blog that I want to start working more with, but I think I'll put those 2 experiences on there. I've been learning more about the world of spirit. So much more than I've ever thought I would learn. I've been practicing since 2016, 2015, somewhere around there. And I've just learned so much since then. It's been, maybe it's 8 years actually that I've been practicing. I don't know. I've been practicing for a long time. But I've learned so much more, so much quicker than I have ever before. I think I'm truly entering an era of magic where I've gone beyond just a simple knowledge that people have set out to be true. I've become more than just a journeyer, and I've become an active engager with the spirits. And while I'm still journeying along, I'm journeying with company, with friends along the way. Spiritual allies, both seen and unseen, in ways known and unknown. One thing I've learned that I think everyone should take away is that the art of magic is never confined to one tradition, one truth, because it all extends outwards, beyond our individual knowledges, beyond our individual understanding, and beyond our application of wisdom. We each find our own way to do our will, to love one another, and to enact truth in the world. I think that once we are able to go beyond just memorizing correspondences, memorizing spirit invocations, memorizing spells and rituals and candle colors, memorizing sabbats or whatever, once we go beyond that, once we go beyond simply looking for power, we start to enter a real world of spirits. A world that's often forgotten about. not discussed, one that we tend to take for granted. But when we can actually enter into that world, so we can journey beyond ourselves, beyond our everyday society, we are able to see something truly great, something magnificent that very few people ever will see. It's like seeing the forest for the trees, you know? But that's enough of my rambling, I think. Be good to each other. I'm going to start coming up with more videos. I have actual videos that I need to record. I've just been really busy. School and work have not been kind to me, but this next quarter I'll have more time. I'll have more time over the summer as well. And I'll be very busy. I'll be having more free time to do things. So I'll be sure to make some videos. I'll be sure to keep up to date on things like Instagram and probably not TikTok, but Tumblr I'm going to get back into. And yeah. Well, this is the end of the line for now. I'll see you all next time. Be good to each other. My name has been Aiden, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.